boys and girls, welcome to math. We are going to continue in our series with three-dimensional shapes, and today we are going to talk about a cone. Are you ready? Let's get started. You should have your math workbook open to page 597. We're getting close up to those 600s. We are going to talk about cones today, and if you have shapes, if you were at school, we would be sorting our shapes into cones and not a cone. So if you are going to draw a cone, it would look like this. It would look similar to what we like to refer to an ice cream cone if you have an ice cream cone. So it's like a triangle, only it's not flat. It's three-dimensional. It has a curved surface. It has a point or vertice, and it has a flat surface. If we were to ask if this would be stackable, it could stack on one side but not the other side, so it's not completely stackable. You couldn't stack things on top of it. It does have one flat surface though. So things, if you're sorting your shapes, if you have a bunch of shapes in front of you, you can sort them, and one side would be cone and the other side would be not a cone. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and turn to the next page. And as I said before, we need to describe the cone. And if we were going to describe it, does it have a flat surface? Well, it does. It has one flat surface. So it's okay if we want to say that it has a flat surface because it does have one flat surface, and that would be the top or the bottom depending on which way you had the cone facing. Okay? Does it have a curved surface? It does. If we were to look on this side, we could wrap our finger around that curved surface. It would roll. So it does have a curved surface. So flat surface and curved surface would both describe a cone. Now you might have seen one of these before. Cheerleaders might use them, or people might use them when they're trying to get people to hear them and they yell into them. It's called a megaphone. So a megaphone is also a cone, and it has how many flat surfaces? A cone typically has just one flat surface. So one flat surface for a cone. Okay, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Here's our bookshelf that shows some real life objects. I want to know which one of those is a cone. I hope you can pick that one out on that row. That's pretty simple. It wouldn't be this because that would be a cube. This would be a cylinder. This would be our cone. So could you put an X on that cone? Let's look in the middle row of the bookshelf. You have a can, a party hat, and a globe. Which one of those would be a cone? Do you notice? Look at that. The party hat would be the cone. So go ahead and put an X there. The can would be a cylinder, and the globe would be a sphere. Now our very bottom row, there is a present and a baseball and a book. Are any of those a cone? They are not. A box or a present would be a cube, a ball would be a sphere, and a book, well, that's not a cone either. Partially, we could call that a rectangular prism if it were just one side. So we are not going to X anything out on that bottom row. All right, and on this very last page, I would like you to find which one of those is a cylinder. We're halfway through our chapter checkup. Which one of those is a cylinder? Okay, right here, the little short tuna can. So let's go ahead and put an X on that cylinder. What would a basketball be? It would be a sphere. And what would that last one be? It would be a cube. Okay. Boys and girls, on number 2, I would like you to use a crayon and I want you to color the sphere. Which one of these is a sphere? Can you tell? It would be this very first one right here. So using your crayons, you'll go ahead and you'll color that one in. On the next one, what are you going to color there? Let's look at those 4 shapes. The first one is a cube, or I'm sorry, not a cube, a cylinder. And then look at those other shapes. Can you tell what they are? Well, you need to find the cube. Which one is the cube? This one right here is going to be the cube. This one is more rectangular, and so we would call this one the cube. This is our cube, so we would color that one in right there. That one's a sphere. Okay, and lastly, we are going to match real life objects with the drawing of the 3-dimensional shape. So what shape would a basketball be? Would it be a cube? No. Would it be a sphere? Yes. So we're going to draw a line from that blue dot to that blue dot. What would this one be? I hope you said cone. So we would draw a line from this blue dot to matching the cone here. Do you remember this one? We talked about this one when we talked about the shape. We talked about the tennis balls being in there, and doesn't matter what's inside the actual shape, it is still a cylinder. That container has 2 flat sides and a curved side, so it would be like a cylinder. And last but not least, this cube, this block goes with this cube, and we're going to have to draw a line. It's kind of tricky. We want to go right through there. We're going to cross over all those lines, but only touch that blue dot. There you go. You now have matched up your 3-dimensional shapes, and we are halfway through Chapter 10 with all of our 3-dimensional shapes. Let's review a couple of them that we've gone over so far. What was this first one we learned about? Do you remember? A sphere. And how about this one? The 6 sides and 6 vertices, that is a cube. And how about the one that looks like a can? Do you remember the 2 flat sides and a curved surface? Is a cylinder. And remember, cylinder starts with a C. That's kind of a tricky one. And the last one that we did today would be, here it is, would be this one, a cone. I hope you're doing well identifying 3-dimensional shapes. I'll see you tomorrow in math.